The vision of Harbor is to be a church planting movement. We want to plant churches throughout San Diego and Tijuana that will preach the gospel so wonderfully, so fully, that it would transform not just the people, but it would transform the city and the region in every way.
One of our convictions is that the gospel changes everything. It changes individuals' hearts, it changes churches, and ultimately it's the gospel that will change the world.
Right now, Harbor meets in 8 different locations on any given Sunday. So we have 8 sites as part of our movement. Our goal for the next 10 years is to plant an additional 20 sites.
What is especially encouraging about Harbor is the diversity. We're in all different types of neighborhoods. Every church planter and every site has contextualized its ministry to the people of that neighborhood, but they all preach the same gospel.
Harbor Uptown is one expression of the movement of Harbor, and so what we want to do, our vision is to take this amazing gospel of Jesus and embody it in our region of San Diego. And so that means that we want to grow in the 3 loves: our love for Christ, our love for the church, and our love for the world. Connecting with Christ, or for so often, for so many people in our day and age, reconnecting with Christ is vital because it's like you're coming home.
I first came to Christ in 1974, fell away very quickly for 25 years. You know, married twice, 2 divorces, 2 pregnancies that ended tragically. My life was a mess. God had to throw a brick at me to get me to come back as his child. I actually went into respiratory failure at a hospital here in Hillcrest. I call it the day I died. There's nothing like losing everything that you assume is true about yourself in order for you to find out what's really true about yourself. With Christ, I will always be strong enough to handle anything that happens here. So I can live life without fear. I can live life without worry. Harbor's really given me a place to feel like I belong. God's blessed me abundantly. I don't deserve it, but I'll take it. Absolutely.
Community is absolutely vital. The throwaway phrase is that no man is an island, but the reality is that we can't do this on our own.
Probably the biggest way that I connect with people at Uptown is through our community group. People coming in from the outside will see very quickly that Harbor is a place where it's completely safe, whatever you're struggling with. You're going to hear truth, but you're going to hear it in a way that's done in love. People are coming to be changed by the gospel, not to be changed by a set of rules.
Being in community with each other is another way of growing in our relationship with Christ, and learning how to love each other and receive love from one another. When you are gripped with what God has done for you in Jesus Christ, that reality propels you into serving others.
Generate Hope is a program for housing and rehabilitating women who've been trafficked, sexually exploited, or prostituted in San Diego. We have a home in La Mesa and a learning center in El Cajon that the women go to during the day. Come on in. Learning that San Diego is the top 8th city in our nation for child prostitution, that we have at any given time 2,500 runaways on the streets. People donated beautiful furniture. There is absolutely no program for treatment at all in San Diego. So if we don't put something in place, then they're going to be approached for sex.
It made me feel like I was useless and nobody would ever care for me, but now I know people do.
There's so much shame, so much sadness that's involved with this sort of a thing that has to be relieved.
Generate Hope has shown me such compassion and what it's truly like to be cared about. They've given me hope for the future.
And we want that hope chiefly to come through the Lord. And that doesn't mean that we preach to the girls. It means that we show through our love and through our behaviors the love of Christ.
The Uptown community extends beyond the walls of the church where we meet. The Uptown community includes the working poor. We serve at Food Bank every month. And we build relationships and are caring for people who have needs. We're serving the HIV and AIDS community with Mama's Kitchen, with things like Dining Out for Life and AIDS Walk. We're serving at the center. And we're doing these things because we believe that Jesus cares about the city, and so we want the church community to reach out and to go beyond. In some ways, we feel like our neighbors are part of the Uptown community. God is at work in the world, and you can line up with what He's doing. He is actively renewing individual lives, and then He takes those individuals and He brings them together as a church. He renews them into community together, and then He sends them back out into the world so that the city itself is transformed.